What is up, ladies and genitals? Four Eyes in here, coming at you, coming through. And finally, The Rock has come back to Anaheim. And finally, The Rock has gotten DM Ultra. If you smell what The Rock is cooking. Woo! I just got DM Ultra and holy was it a grind. It's not as bad as the Damascus grind, but boy was it frustrating. I will show you my playtime and stats which fell across the board. I used to have a 3.31 EKIA and it went down to a 2.9, and my KD went down from a 2.95 to a 2.6, and my score per minute went down from 1200 to 1080. So if you care about stats, just know your stats will drop when attempting to grind DM Ultra. This isn't going to be a super in-depth guide. This is just me giving advice and sharing my experience on the DM Ultra grind. So to start off, my first piece of advice is actually level up the weapons first. That is the most important part, because you can do the challenges and not make any progress since your gun isn't a high enough level. You should try to have fun with the leveling process by playing your favorite mode like multiplayer, fireteam dirty bomb, or zombies, and by maximizing double EXP. Don't use guns that you already have max level during double EXP events. Work on the weapons that are difficult to level up. Use zombies to level up those weapons like the launchers, M79 Thumper, FFAR1, and the MAC-10 if you are going for them. Remember that to unlock all the challenges for primary weapons, the gun must be at least level 50, and for secondaries, it should be at least level 30 to be able to do all the challenges. Okay, starting off with the hardest weapon to get gold, it would have to be the M79 Thumper. I would avoid this gun at all costs in the DM Ultra grind because it is ridiculously hard. People have flak jacket and it's not a good weapon at all. Instead, get the crossbow gold. You can unlock it after getting 3 one-shot 1 kills in 15 different matches. You can unlock this passively if you just play hardcore doing weapon challenges for the weapons, or when you are working on the snipers. The challenges are easy except for the long shots, which can take a while, but nothing compared to the Thumper challenges. Level up the crossbow to 30 in zombies and you are good to go. The only reason why you should work on the Thumper to DM Ultra is if you are already close to getting it gold, but if not, forget about it and work on the crossbow. The next hardest weapon is the Sigma 2. You should have no problem in most of the challenges. There are 2 challenges that come to mind, which are ground streaks and the rapid kills. The ground streaks, you can do them in multiplayer, combined arms mode, or fireteam dirty bomb. I recommend combined arms on the maps Crossroads and Armada. The other maps don't have enough ground streaks to justify playing them. And for fireteam, which is amazing for ground streaks, I would not recommend multiplayer unless you really enjoy it, since I find it difficult finding players who use the sentry gun and RCXD score streak. But by far the hardest challenge to complete with the Sigma 2 is the rapid kills. Just because flak jacket exists, personally I never see anyone not using the perk, so I recommend you flank in hardcore and pray to God that you can melee 2 people quickly or blast someone with a direct impact. The gun will get you hit markers because of flak jacket, and you also run slower, so if you're trying to melee people sprinting, it is very difficult to chase them down. This is pretty much the same story for the RPG. They actually buffed it, so it's not as hard to shoot down the aerial score streaks. It does take skill since it cannot lock on. The hardest challenge is the rapid kills, but compared to the Sigma, it will be easier since the RPG has a faster ADS and movement speed. Again, I would play hardcore, flank, and then try to get direct impacts or melee kills. Your goal should be at least 1 rapid kill per game, and that will be considered a win in my opinion. Next, I think the knife is one of the most frustrating weapons since it's not a gun. The Thumper, launchers, and knife will be responsible for tanking your KD the most. The knife is self-explanatory when you look at the challenges. I would level it up in zombies first and run around Miami Strike or Nuketown since they are very small maps. The hardest challenges for me while using the knife was the injured kills and the disoriented kills. The injury kills will complete itself depending depending on how lucky you are. I recommend running straight at your enemy and hopefully they don't kill you. For the disoriented kills, you should equip the smoke grenade and chuck it at people, then kill them. If you are in someone else's smoke, stun, or flashbang, it will not count, so take that into consideration. Only your smokes, stuns, or flashbangs that you throw will count for this challenge. Next up, I think the next hardest class will be the snipers. If you are comfortable with snipers, I would recommend you go to the sniper mosh pit and slay out over there. If not, level it up in zombies, then go to the sniper mosh pit, or you can go to combined arms mode, but avoid the map cartel. Focus on Armada and Crossroads since you can acquire a lot of long shots on that map. Everything else is pretty easy, it is just time consuming. For example, the SMGs, you have to get point blanks and long shots. I recommend you do the long shots in hardcore and point blanks in normal core game modes. This applies to the shotguns as well. I would stay away from the MAC-10 if you want an easier and faster time with the SMGs. The reason being is the MAC-10 in hardcore is a 2-shot kill. It's also, in my opinion, the hardest submachine gun to level up. The SMGs will take a while to do because the sheer amount of weapons inside of the class, and you have to focus on long shots and point blanks, which are the complete opposites of each other. The pistols, in my opinion, are very easy. Just play normally and do the long shot challenges in hardcore. I would use the pistols in hardcore only since they have crazy aim down sight, strafe speed, and one-shot potential. If you really don't like hardcore, you can do them in normal core game modes. If you have dual wield or akimbo unlocked, you can run around in Miami Strike. I found this very effective as well. For the tactical rifles and light machine guns, this class is very easy to unlock. It's probably the easiest weapon classes to get diamond for, since their challenges are super easy and the guns aren't difficult to use at all. The assault rifles are easy as well. They are just time consuming since it's a big class. I would stay away from the FFAR1 or FAMAS and Groza unless you can control recoil well, especially the FFAR1. It has one of the worst leveling experiences in my opinion unless you level it up in zombies, and it is mainly a 2-shot kill in hardcore unless you equip the task force barrel, which gives it more recoil. Finally, you will have to be mentally strong because some of these challenges are brutal. I cannot tell you how many times where I wanted to quit and just use a try-hard weapon like the XM4 while I was getting pooped on using the Sigma. My ego was telling me like, come on bro, let's destroy these kids and show them who's boss. But no, I went around trying to whack people with the Sigma. Also, learn when to call it quits for the day because it can be very frustrating, and the Sigma and Thumper can easily take 20 years away from your precious life. So yeah, comment below if you want any specific tips and how I got certain camos. I am happy to help. Other than that, namaste my friends, and I will talk to you all next time.